Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Door here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7, titled The Spies. Survivors come out of hiding. Now, I have seen a surprisingly high amount of backlash to the last episode, considering I thoroughly enjoyed it. And now, this isn't just coming from random people in the fandom. This is coming from people who I interact with by watching their reactions, who usually are on the same opinion on the opposite side of the fandom to the majority, well, the vocal majority, which is that they enjoy the episodes that they say they don't like. Yet, at least almost half of the people that are usually like that are agreeing that the last episode wasn't all that good, which, I mean, it tonally very different from all the others, but you have a different feel with every episode. Even different episodes by the same directors all feel different to the previous one. This has been seen across all, well, I guess technically four seasons if you count Book of Boba Fett. Because as we saw, Bryce Dallas Howard's episode in that, very different to her latest episode, which is different from her episodes in season 2 of this. Like, you're never going to get the same feel from every episode. Like, even every movie has a different feel. Like, so it's just, I've seen people say they were gonna drop the show after that last episode. I don't I don't understand why. Like, just just skip the episode. If you ever rewatch it, just skip it. Like, I've seen people skipping straight to the Mando episodes of Book of Boba Fett. Like, I wouldn't do it, but it's a simple answer. Anyway, this is a rant I'm going to be having multiple times this week because it seems all the shows I watch have a spicy episode this week, or well, last week, but yeah. Anyway, on to the um positive notes I have about the last episode. I am glad I'm not the only one who's mentioned Star Trek in the last episode reaction. Because normally, if you say that, you're going to get shit on for comparing the two. Either it's Star Wars people shitting on you for comparing it to Star Trek, or it's Star Trek people shitting on you for comparing their show to Star Wars. Yet, there were several people who said it, and each of them said it for a different point of the episode. I said it for their arrival at Plaza 15. There was the interaction between Axe Wolves and the squid race there, the two ships at the start. That interaction apparently felt like it was Star Trek. Christopher Lloyd's outfit, which, yeah, I did think, but I never actually said, felt Star Trek. Like, different points of the episode all came to the same conclusion. I mean, the same could be said with how many people said it felt like a buddy cop or CSI show, but I don't watch them, so I'm not really able to pick up on those vibes. Also, apparently, the Mon Cala, the prince, and the or heir, whichever it was, at the start of the last episode, he was voiced by Harry Holland, as in the brother of Tom Holland, who was meant to be in No Way Home, and then got cut. And I just find that funny. Like, there's obviously no bad blood between his role being cut from his Marvel movie, since he's still working with Disney and everything, Not that you'd expect it to be. Many actors have their roles cut for pacing and that, but yeah. Anyway, let's get this episode started in three, two, one, go. What? It's not even consistent the websites that it works with, because with all my Clone Wars reactions, it starts no problem. Yet for some reason with this, half the time it doesn't. Also, because of how early I'm reacting to this, the title isn't on Disney Plus yet, at least where I'm from, so I had to go on IMDb. So I do know of a character that's going to be in this episode because they were like um one of the top 3 listed in the first like chunk of the episode description. Okay, so we're continuing on with the Moff Gideon stuff, which makes sense. That was one of the minor gripes that I saw about the last episode. Excuse me. So are we going to hear what happened to Pershing, or is he just assumed a vegetable at the moment? I don't have a feeling I should have described it like that. Hey, we're back in Coruscant. That makes sense. At least I assume this is. Is this that red light district where they met the shapeshifter? That actually had Ahmed Best's first facial appearance in Star Wars as someone who he says is related to Caloran Beck. Yeah, because if you actually look in the background of that scene with the guy trying to sell Obi-Wan death sticks, you'll see Ahmed Best. Who are you meeting with? Oh, an Imperial probe. That is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. How the hell did it even get there? Oh, you are responsible for that. The hell kind of troopers are those? Also, this is giving me real Phantom Menace, Duel of Fates vibes with those parting doorways. I don't know. Rightio, that was not a Commandant Hux. I missed the name of that group. Not group, project. So he's already returned. Necromancer, okay. That's not um the Weasley's name. Brendan Gleeson, I think. Yeah, Armitage. Not um I I didn't get his I didn't commit his name to remember. They all showed a little bit of fear when it came to Mandalorians. I didn't think that the plan to resurrect Palpatine and that was called Necromancer. I thought it had its own name. That's the whole fleet, isn't it? Hmm. Yep. Not so sworn enemies now, are they? I just gotta notice they got more than one gauntlet type ship. You've got all of these colorful ones, then you've got these mostly blue ones. The little ones that are still too young have like cloth helmets or well, that actually looks burlap, but I wonder how bad this is gonna go. So does it sort of feels like Axe and Paz have a history, but as I said, they've never met. I thought you said they couldn't do it. Oh, it's an Ansel and mech. Isn't the whole point of droids so that they can react better than humans? Grogu Pilot. Okay, I was not expecting this. It's even got nice little orbs for him to play with. It's like those buttons that you give to dogs. He's getting the hang of it. Can you knock it off? Oh. Poor Grogu, he's never been able to grab things properly. Din, Paz, Koska, Axe. Possibly the armorer as well, though. I don't think she wants to leave her station all too yet. Got it. I don't know who that. Don't know who those two are, but oh yeah, we get the one with the scar. Hey, I was wrong. I mean, if anyone wants to make sure the forge is okay, it makes sense for the armorer to do it. I did manage to call the first four, though. Why do I have a feeling the armorer wants to head into the mines? Because what happens if she too sees the mythosaur? So was Axe in the Clone Wars? Or is he a new character for this? Because if he says he was there when it happened, it means he was likely already with Bo-Katan, so... That looked like a skeleton. I mean, all the Elamites were in the caves, so... It's not like you'd see any on the surface. Gotta wonder, did Tiger record a different yes for every time that button is pressed, or did they just get one stock sound? It's still wild to see this many Mandalorians together, let alone on Mandalore. Because yes, I do know there was the whole Mandalore arc in the Clone Wars and that, but still. It's a boat. There's other, like, sentient. There were people living here. Hmm? And then he proved to not be trustworthy. I mean, that's fair. A house divided is a house weakened. I don't think that's the actual quote, but yeah, same meaning. Hmm. Well, that's gonna be a big pick me up. Or now she's scared that she'll fail him too. Why am I so mistrusting of the armorer this episode? Like, she's done nothing out of character, but I just don't trust. See, like, that was a weird amount of focus to put on someone just returning the injured. Is that like the pawn moving diagonal to take a piece? Yeah, that was always going to happen. If you had your helmet on, you would have been protected from that. You use the move once, it's understandable. I listened to him. Well, is that in two separate instances? If look, we know that the Imperials are going to arrive and attack the ships up in the atmosphere. That's a big creature. You know, you should probably try and steer your ship away from the. I said away from the creature. What if it's the survivors we shouldn't trust? No. Those are the troopers that Gideon had. Oh shit. No wonder they looked so. Beskar Imperial. Yeah, Heavy Blaster is still gonna do some damage. I say that after he survived a cannon hit with little to no injury. There are still joints in the armor. Oh. IG's not really built for speed though. This is where Gideon's hiding. He's been on Mandalore. They're gonna get separated by those doors, aren't they? Oh god, Gideon's got his own armor. No wonder his outfit looked different. And he's got spikes like the armorer does. Except there's still groups out in the galaxy somewhere. Why not cut through the door with the dark saber? No. Can Paz fit through that? I mean, if there was any that were going to lay their life for the cause, your gun's overheating, mate. Come on, you've almost got it. And down comes Gideon. Nope, the Praetorial. Those weapons must be made out of Beskar as well, because they said that was the only thing that could pierce the armor. Rightio. That was definitely not what I was expecting. I was expecting, for too much of the episode, I was expecting the attack to come from inside and there to also be the Imperials arriving from space. At no point did I consider the fact that Moff Gideon was living on Mandalore, that his troopers were wearing Beskar. Like, that never crossed my mind. Like, plus he's got a whole shadow council of other generals and that are technically working under Thrawn, even though many of them don't believe that he's actually back. But so it'll come down to a rescue mission for Din, an aerial attack between the fleet and the interceptors and bombers. Somehow Axe is going to have to make it through the atmosphere to the ships before the interceptors and that, or at least make it past the storm. We've also got the whole landing party and survivors that somehow need to escape the facility. And since we know that the Praetorial Guards are able to pierce Beskar with their weapons, that could be an issue. I was not expecting to lose Paz. Like, considering for the first 2 seasons, he was voiced by Jon Favreau. He may not have done the body work, but he was voiced by him. And in this season, they changed his voice to be the person who does the body. I was not expecting him to die like that. Now, no, because they can't even do that, because IG has no automated control. I was thinking maybe they could do something like they did at the end of season 1, where IG comes along, heals him up, and all that, but IG has no control over like medical functions and all that. Don't even know if they'd have like the Bacta spray and everything, so yeah. But Moff Gideon really tried the same move twice on the same person, expecting it to work again. As we saw with the battle between Axe and Paz, you use a move once, it's a surprise. Use a move twice, you've got to do it differently, at least mix it up a little. But you try and do it a third time, they're not going to fall for it. You don't change it up enough that second time, they're going to anticipate it. Like, so Moff Gideon really never learned. But he cited the cloners, the Jedi, and the Mandalorians. Obviously, the Mandalorians is his armor and everything, because if he can get his clone faction, not clone faction, trooper faction kitted out with Beskar, then there aren't many people that are going to be able to take them on. The cloners, obviously, because of their whole necromancer plan to bring back Palpatine and that. The Jedi for the Metachlorian rich blood, like, it makes sense that he would cite those three, but still, he is one fucked up individual, even for an Imperial. Like, he's bastardizing so many cultures. But anyway, who that was done by? It said Rick, yeah. Yeah, one of the ones that has a character in the story. Like, he's one of the X-Wing pilots from the bar and that, and from a couple other times we've seen him. I forget which one. It doesn't say. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. That was like I said, completely different from any other episode we've got in this season. I'll catch you in the next one.